All right. What is up, everybody? Keith Jameson, go back at guy 231 across the DFS industry. We made it. Summer is over. All the crazy international. We had Women's Euro. I love MLS, but I know plenty of people out there do not love MLS, but we made it. The European season is upon us. EPL is back today with a showdown. Also, don't sleep on Interleague if you're getting new into soccer. I think Interleague is super fun. So just really pumped. Be a fantastic weekend. We're going to be covering all the EPL coverage, all the interleagues, still doing MLS. So a ton of soccer coverage in our chat. And if for subscribers at FSI, so make sure you check out the link if you want to join. Otherwise, if you're just here for the content, the free stuff, cool. I'm completely down with that. Make sure like, subscribe, and comment to the video. By the way, sorry if I am like a little bit not as super energetic. I promise that'll come. Just getting out of COVID, so I am still regaining, extra oxygen levels and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you bearing with me. Apologies in advance if there's any coughing into the microphone. But so like, subscribe, and comment to the video, and then also check out the pod feed. FSI DFS podcast on Spotify and Apple. It's another great place if you want to catch content on the road. Half the time where I'm recording, for those that are new to the show, you will see plenty of Tampa Bay as I am out and about, but it is super early on Friday, and I am recording in front of my computer so we can get lineups, all that good stuff. So let's jump into it. This one is just about the showdown, just about Arsenal and Crystal Palace. So let me share my screen. And we will go over that. So there we go. All right. One cool thing I just noticed on Sofa, as I pulled it up for the inaugural start of the season, is the homepage a little bit improved on the desktop in terms of presenting us odds. So for that first showdown, I'll just glance over at Liverpool and Fulham on Saturday morning. I'm really going to be stacking Liverpool like normal, like any sort of like Liverpool city slates where they're overwhelming favorites. Still be Robertson, TAA, Salah, and you're probably looking at like, okay, I haven't even looked at the cash salaries, but am I going to go for Allison? I might avoid early in the season, especially at Carriage Road, especially with Fulham being up, the place would be crazy. I'd probably go for another attacker, so it's like a Luis Diaz. And then you're already like spent all your salary. We'll just have to see what Fulham's lineup is like, but that's typically how Liverpool slates go. Is it's those three, then it's like an Allison or attacker, and then off and running. So, we go back to Palace and Arsenal. Arsenal's minus 125 away from home. Look, this is a night game at Selhurst. You've heard me say this before. Night games at Selhurst get crazy. All that being said, when you look at Palace, and let's go to their lineup, there's not a ton of like DFS-ness to love. If this was the lineup, Eze would take Monopoly set pieces. We don't say have Conor Gallagher anymore. The guy I would be looking for that could give Eze some competition for set pieces is Luka Milosevic. He would start over here over Cheek Decore. If he's in, I think you would immediately have to go, okay, he's probably going to take at least half. That's just what Luka Milosevic does. And he's like close to min price. So he would be the easiest play on the entire slate for Palace. If not, it's probably Eze or Zaha. Edward, Ayu, you can kind of just forget. And yes, I'm starting on Palace side because there's not as much to talk about. We'll get to Arsenal in a minute. But Eze would be the guy to have. Second fiddle would be Zaha. And the only reason that I do Eze over Zaha is Eze actually will have a monopoly of set pieces, where Zaha doesn't take sets, does draw fouls, does get shots, does give you goal equity, all that good stuff. But yeah, Eze being your target. Tyreek Mitchell would probably be the other guy I'd be somewhat interested in. Fairly active left back, not a big time crosser, but gets a lot of tackles, things of that nature. I do think that Giata, I never know how to say his name right, is actually a really interesting play. Again, what reason? Selhurst at night. Palace going to be somewhat of an improved team. That's a little bit hard. Palace, I think, has a really good chance to be firmly bottom mid-table. They kept Zaha. They made some additions. it's just Palace. Like if they get 14th or 15th, that's a success for them and not sweating relegation. But Giata has been really good for them for a while. Again, I love the home field. I love night games at Selhurst. One of the first things I learned when I joined DFS soccer was Selhurst at night is a crazy thing. So I think that Giata is very interesting. All right. A lot of your exposure, though, is going to be on the Arsenal side, not only because they're a slight favorite, but just going to play more of an attractive brand of DFS football. Bukayo Saka is a lock and load. He was taking half their sets. The last game they actually played as a wingback. Whatever the matter, Saka is almost double digits, guaranteed floor, huge goal upside. You know, he's going to be turning into one of the best players in the EPL. So Saka is a lock and load. He would be one of your captain choices. The other captain choice would be Gabriel Martinelli, who he is splitting sets with. Gabriel Martinelli, I could do a lot of the stuff that I say for Saka, and you could like copy and paste it for Martinelli just with a lot less fanfare. Martinelli's a fantastic footballer, really takes guys on, looks for a shot. I think those are the first two clicks in your lineup. And then realistically, the third click at this point, Odegaard without sets to me is just firmly far below Eze. But I think a lot of people will go to Gabriel Jesus. You know, he's been doing nothing but scoring a ton of goals in the preseason for Arsenal. So, you know, they're a huge signing. He has a lot to prove too, kind of, you know, for the longest time getting dropped at City, never being like a banged on number 9 for them. So he's a lot to prove. You know, my conservative style, I probably go Eze, but a lot of people might go Jesus. And then, you know, Zinchenko, not really a crosser. I'd really love in this lineup to see Cedric Soares. If Cedric is in there, you know, he sometimes takes some corners and he just loves to cross. So he's my type of fullback. Zinchenko is like the opposite, a guy that lives on tackles and things of that nature and not just a really big crosser. But that's, you know, about Arsenal. Partey, you know, I was really hoping it would be like 3,400. Used to be that guy. He's not. William Saliba, if you don't know the name, you know, they've had him for almost 2 years. Had him on loan. He's been mashing everywhere he goes on loan in Ligue 1. Big guy, so I think he's a really interesting punt. You know, Jacques is always there for a punt. But yeah, look, this is showdown. There's not like a ton always to talk about, but you're going to play Saka. You're going to play Martinelli. The big decision is like Jesus, Odegaard, or Eze, and then I'll even throw in Zaha. And then it's just plugging the values. You know, I think captain choices are either Martinelli or Saka. Don't overthink it, especially for cash and optimal. Hopefully it's a great slate. All right, I am going to end this video, start the next one. So make sure you check that out. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, give us a like, subscribe, and comment. And that subscribe no matter where you are at, Podland or video. We really do appreciate you. With that, I'll say, see you.